Hill didn't need code. He hacked people. Before firewalls were famous and two-factor was a thing, one young man learnt a truth most companies still ignore. The easiest way into any system is through the human being guarding it. His name was Kevin Mitnick, radio hobbyist, phone freak, and eventually the man the media dubbed the world's most wanted hacker. The world's most wanted hacker. Kevin grew up in Los Angeles in the 1977s, 80s, curious, bright, and obsessed with how systems worked. Phones, radios, computers. He taught himself by taking things apart and, more dangerously, by talking his way into places he shouldn't be. As a teenager, he discovered phone freaking, an underground art of bending the phone network to your will. This early fascination with telecom led him to his first legendary computer break-in, Digital Equipment Corporation's internal network, the ARK, where he explored the operating system labs and copied software in 1979. But Kevin's signature trait wasn't writing elegant exploits. It was his ability to sound legitimate. He could call a help desk, say the right few sentences, and have a password reset in minutes. Later, the world would call this technique social engineering. After the DC case, Kevin did time and came out on supervised release. The terms were strict, but computers and people were too tempting. When the authorities moved to arrest him again, he did something that transformed him from a hacker into a folk anti-hero. He ran. And he didn't just run, he vanished into the phone network itself, using cloned cell phones and telecom tricks to hide his location for years. To understand why Kevin was so effective, you have to understand the difference between hacking machines and hacking minds. Kevin's favorite tool wasn't a 0-day, it was a phone call. Picture this. You work the night shift at a telecom vendor. The phone rings. A calm, confident voice says, "I'm locked out. Can you reset my access?" He knows the acronyms, the internal nicknames. He sounds human. You help him. You've been socially engineered. Over and over, Kevin persuaded real employees to give him access, share credentials, or move files for him. And when he wanted to stay anonymous on the move, Kevin targeted the cellular world. He obtained source code and tools related to high-end handsets, modifying identifiers to avoid tracking while he was a fugitive. Not every target shrugged off the intrusions. In late 1994, Kevin broke into the systems of security researcher Tsutomu Shimomura and grabbed powerful phone tracking tools. That was personal. Shimomura decided to help track the intruder. What followed is part detective story, part road movie, a chase across dial-up lines, cell towers, pager records, and ISP logs. Using a mix of telecom cooperation and technical sleuthing, the team narrowed in on a noisy apartment in Raleigh, North Carolina. Just after 1:30 a.m., February 15, 1995, the door opened and the fugitive era of Kevin Mitnick ended. The Department of Justice's notice was blunt. The FBI arrested a well-known computer hacker and federal fugitive after an intensive 2-week electronic manhunt. He was 31. The myth had met the badge. If the chase was cinematic, the courtroom drama was surreal. One hearing produced a claim that has followed Kevin around ever since, that if he got access to a phone, he could whistle tones, reach into NORAD, and somehow start a nuclear war. Still, the fear had real consequences. Kevin spent roughly 8 to 9 months in solitary confinement. In 1999, a federal judge sentenced Kevin to 46 months in prison and ordered him to pay $4,125.00 in restitution. With time served, he would be released in early 2000, but under extremely tight restrictions. No computers, no mobile phones, no wireless devices. To this day, people debate the damages. Prosecutors described a crime wave touching major companies, claiming millions in losses. Supporters countered that Kevin mostly looked around, copied code, and left, more vandal than saboteur. The record shows he did access and copy proprietary software and telecom code from multiple firms while on the run. But here's the surprising part. Kevin rarely sold data or caused damage. He wanted to learn. He wanted the puzzle. When Kevin finally regained full internet access in 2003, he did something few expected. He became a teacher. He launched a consulting firm, performed ethical hacking, and wrote books like The Art of Deception and The Art of Invisibility. He showed live audiences how a phone call, a uniform, or the right email subject line could beat $1,000,000 security in seconds. It's tempting to turn Kevin into a myth, the ghost in the wires, the man who outran the feds, but he was also human. Funny, sometimes contrite, often defiant. In July 2023, Kevin Mitnick died at 59 after a battle with pancreatic cancer. If you peel back the drama, you find a short list of tactics that made Kevin nearly unstoppable. Pretexting, chaining weak links, owning the phone layer, copying source, and staying live. The truth is, investigators used metadata. They correlated dial-in numbers, pager pings, call records, and ISP logs. That's what finally caught him. People are still the perimeter. Verify by channel, not by charm. Assume public knowledge. Protect source like gold. Ultimately, Kevin's genius was not that he tricked computers, it's that he understood something about us. We want to be helpful, we fear looking incompetent, and we trust people who sound like insiders. He weaponized empathy. He didn't need code, he hacked people. Kevin Mitnick became a legend because he proved the human mind is the ultimate zero-day. The FBI caught him, the courts punished him. But he left behind a blueprint, not for breaking in, but for locking down the doors we casually leave open. Stay safe. Stay skeptical, and stay curious.